What do a rate cut in Kenya, optimistic inflation results in the US, a record-breaking S&P 500, and a $34 billion bid for Chrome have in common? They're all shaping your financial future. Welcome to Finance and Economy Daily. Let's unpack today's biggest stories. The U.S. Consumer Price Index increased a seasonally adjusted 0.2% for the month and 2.7% year-on-year, but core inflation rose 0.3% for the month and 3.1% year-on-year, its highest in months. This was majorly driven by an increase in shelter costs. Despite the uptick, markets rallied. The broad-based S&P 500 gained 1.1% to 6,445.76. While the tech-rich Nasdaq Composite Index jumped 1.4% to 21,681.90. Why the optimism? Investors are now betting on a near-certain rate cut by the Fed in September as annual inflation came in slightly below forecast. That could mean lower borrowing costs for households and businesses if the Fed follows through. Kenya's central bank slashed its benchmark lending rate to 9.5%, making it its seventh consecutive cut. Inflation edged up slightly to 4.1% in July, but remains well within the bank's 2.5% to 7.5% target range. The bank projects GDP growth of 5.2% in 2025 and 5.4% in 2026, with a stable current account deficit near 1.5% of GDP. This move is designed to boost lending, consumer spending, and private sector investment, key ingredients for resilience in Africa's third-largest economy. In tech news, AI startup Perplexity has made a jaw-dropping $34.5 billion all-cash offer for Google's Chrome browser. Here's the kicker: Perplexity is valued at just $18 billion, making the bid nearly double its own worth. The company pledged over $3 billion in future investment and promised to keep Google as the default search engine if the deal goes through. This could be a game-changer for AI-powered search, and regulators are already watching closely. Other headlines you shouldn't miss. The U.S.-China tariff truce gets a 90-day extension, calming markets. Trump threatens Fed Chair Powell with a major lawsuit over policy and renovations. South Africa plans to submit a revised trade offer to the U.S. to counter the 30% tariff imposed on its exports. That's all for today's Global Economic Roundup. For your daily dose of global economic and finance news, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. See you tomorrow.